Hey guys, welcome back to my channel one more time. My name is Preet and you're watching Info at a Glance, your very own immigration ease, where I make your immigration life easy without getting in trouble with any of the consultants. And today I am back with another video. This is the very first video in my PNP series, and I will be covering the very first PNP of Canada, which is the OINP. This PNP series is primarily for Ontario, wherein I will be covering all the variants on what are the possibilities for Ontario and what is the process of applying and how exactly you can get through it. Also, what are the do's and don'ts when it comes to apply for the PNPs. Besides that, I will be covering the other PNPs as well for the complete Canada. So if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please consider doing so, because I'm gonna bring a lot of amazing content for you in terms of immigration, and trust me, this will make your immigration life a lot easier when it comes to apply for any kind of immigration, for student visa, work permits, or express entry across Canada, or even if you are aiming outside Canada, I will be covering the other countries as well. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started with the OINP, and let me introduce you with the basic important things which you need to look for and what are the options in OINP for you. And for OINP, the very first and most important thing I want to tell you is that this is definitely not in anyone's control over here. So there will be a scam alert for you as well, so you need to pay very good attention. Also, do pay attention to the right side of my screen, because you will have a lot of information over here which will help you understand what exactly I'm talking about in pretty simple layman's language. So let's get started with the OINP. And primarily there are three major categories in OINP. The very first one is the employer job offer category. The second is the business category. I'll segregate the business category for you in very simple terms. It has two options. One is GTA and the other one is non-GTA, wherein you require an investment of $200,000 for non-GTA, and for GTA you require an investment of $400,000 plus the basic requirements and the amendments which are necessary when it comes to apply for an investment, an experience, and a CLB. Now, besides that, the most important category which we are looking for over here is the human capital category, wherein in human capital category there are two segments. One is for French speaking skilled workers, the other one is for human capital skilled trade. Besides that, there is one more segment over here which is for inland applicants, which includes the master's graduate and the PhD graduates. So I'll not get much into that, but yes, I will give you a brief for that as well. Now, to cover the very first aspect which I covered for the employer job categories, this is pretty simple. I mean, the job offer obviously is mandatory. For foreign worker, the very first segment for this one has a knock code of 0 A and B plus an experience of 2 years. For in-demand skill, again, job offer is mandatory, knock C and D plus 1 year of experience and CLB 4 plus. And again, for the international students, you need knock 0 A and B with a Canadian degree or a diploma. Now, this was about a brief. This is not something which everyone focuses on, because this requires a job offer which is not that easy to attain when you are actually in outside Canada. So our focus is the most important one, which is the human capital, wherein you require certain things. The most important thing is your express entry profile. So when I say you have an express entry profile, that means you are qualified for express entry, as in you have the 67 points, you have your ECA done, you have your IELTS done, and you have the experience as well, and you have 400 plus points in your express entry pool. Now, here in the human capital there are certain segments like French speaking, human capital priority stream, skilled trade stream, and again the master's graduate and the PhD graduate stream I was talking about. That is pretty simple, so let's cover that first. For master's and PhD graduates, you don't require a job offer, you don't require an express entry profile. All you need is a master's or a PhD degree which is attained in Ontario plus a CLB 7. That's all. Now moving on to the important categories wherein you require an express entry profile, the very first thing which you need to take care of is your NOI. Now, before NOI, your EOI comes in picture. When you create an express entry profile, you express your expression of interest on what all province you are eligible for or in what all province you're actually interested in moving into Canada. So that EOI is very important, because basis that only you are picked for a NOI. Now, first you have an express entry profile. Second, you have a qualification in reference to the experience you have claimed points for. Third, you have an experience. And fourth, the most important, is your CLB requirement, which is minimum 6, maximum 7, which makes you at least eligible for it. And after that, you tend to wait if your NOC qualifies for a NOI. Now, when it comes to NOI, what is NOI? It's nomination of interest, which you only get if you have expressed your expression of interest while creating your express entry profile. Now, if you have an express entry profile and if you have selected Ontario as your expression of interest, and if your NOC fits the labor market demand of Ontario, you get a nomination of interest. Primarily, if I talk about, there are very few NOC codes which have been selected. You can see on my screen what has been selected so far. Primarily, this is for techies, this is for people who are in sales and marketing, this is for people who are in finance, accounting. That's about it so far when it comes to Ontario. So when you have a NOI, you get a notification of interest on your profile. Then you open the Ontario portal. You get a link wherein you register yourself and you start with your documentation process. That documentation process is for 45 days. I mean, you get 45 days to prepare your entire documentation, wherein your letter of recommendation and the entire documents which are asked for from your side, especially your resume and for the NOC for which you have been selected for, your job responsibilities and how you justify that job responsibility plays a very important role. So in those 45 days, you submit your final documentation. The moment you submit your final documentation to the Ontario portal, your profile moves to a submitted stage, and the OINP, the overall process for them takes up to 90 days to clear your complete profile, review your documentation, and give you a final 600 points which gets added to your express entry points table. Now, once you have submitted your documents, you will check, when you will check your OINP portal, very soon you will find your profile moving to a assessment stage and then a DIP stage, which is decision in process. That is the final stage. Before DIP, you can get an ADR as well in case they are not satisfied with the documentation, and you might get additional ADR, additional documentation requests, which you have to submit. For that also you get certain time. Now, once you are into DIP stage, that is the final processing, as in you can expect your file to get closed very quickly. After that, the points, the 600 PNP points, the most important points which were holding you to get your ITA first, gets you close to an ITA. So the moment you have 600 points, you just wait for your next cutoff to fall in place, and the moment you have the next cutoff, you get your ITA. So for OINP, primarily if I talk about the processing, the overall experience has been smooth. I mean, whoever I have suggested this particular PNP, whoever has gone through this particular PNP with my help, or whoever has approached me, has always experienced a smooth sail, because it's not that difficult at all. It's a pretty simple process. You don't have to create a secondary profile anywhere else. All you have to do is to follow a simple documentation process, and that's about it. The fees which is related to this particular OINP is $1,500 approximately, which is in, again, Canadian dollars, not US. Now, the moment this entire process gets into picture, it becomes mandatory for you to go and settle in Ontario for certain time, because you have attained your ITA basis PNP. Now, this was just a brief how the process flows. Now, in this entire process, here I bring a scam alert for you, very important, primarily for those who rely mostly on consultants, agents. Now, if I have to ask you, why do you want to rely on a consultant? Because the entire process over here, which I just walked you through, is automated. A consultant has no control in converting your NOC code into in-demand NOC code for Canada. A consultant has no control in preparing your documentation, because your job experience, your academic experience is in your hands. A consultant has no role in giving you a push or creating your express entry profile, because that is entirely and completely your job. Now, I have seen people who are enrolled with a consultant already paying an annual contract of 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh, paying additional 1 lakh because just because they said हम आपका PNP में करवा देंगे. कैसे? How can they do it? Do they have any kind of a magic trick? They don't. Do they have any control over Ontario PNP? They don't. Or do they have any kind of a contact in Ontario which can trigger their profile or which can push your profile into a OINP? They can't do anything like that. All they can do is to give you a fake assurance that we will do it for you. And they are not doing anything for you. It's you who has to do it for yourself. A consultant plays no role in your immigration whatsoever because the entire process is so simple and easy that if you just walk through the IRCC website, you will understand what exactly they are looking for. All they want is a legit documentation, a clean documentation, and an easy documentation. That's about it. So why to waste time? Why to waste money with a consultant, and why to waste your efforts, and why to spoil your profile, which is easy for a consultant to do? Why? Because they're not losing anything. They're getting money. Who's losing? It's you. Why do you want to do that? Please, it's my humble request, do not fall for any trap when it comes to a consultant who tells you that we will get you this and that. It's not in their control. It's completely and solely in your hands. So this was about OINP, a brief introduction and the process of how to apply. I mean, definitely the profile may vary from person to person and from knock to knock. You have to be responsible for your own knock, and if your profession requires a license, then definitely that as well. So do take care of that, and wish you good luck if you are a OINP candidate and your application is currently in process. But if not, you can definitely wait for OINP to pick your, if you can definitely wait for Ontario to pick your profile and get you a NOI, and if you get that, all the best for that. So this was about OINP, the most important province when it comes to apply for Canada immigration, because Ontario is the hub. Ontario is you can say the playground wherein all the companies are there. The most important city, if I talk about Canada, is Toronto, after Vancouver, which is in Ontario. And if you are looking forward for immigration, do consider my advice and follow the entire processing on your own. Do not rely on any XYZ person. Do not rely on any third party who gives you a guarantee that I can take care of it. Now this brings me to an end of the OINP application processing, and to help you understand how exactly the process goes. Very soon I will be covering the other PNPs as well, so you can stay connected with me on my channel. I will be covering the complete immigration process of other provinces as well. So if you want any particular province for me to cover, you can let me know in the comment section below, or you can also get in touch with me on my Instagram. The handle is right in front of you on your screen. It's info@aglance21. Also, you can email me. The email address is on your computer screen. You can definitely send me an email, and I'll get back to you. I will definitely give you a revert on basis my availability. So please don't forget subscribing to my channel, because as promised, I will make your immigration life completely easy. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye bye.